Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Growfolds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at Home Depot in Prosper, Texas. Thank you for always tuning in, especially for those who made it to the live premiere chat last night. It was Super Bowl night, and y'all were still able to make it. And if you guys haven't already, please follow me on Instagram at Growfolds. But as you guys can see, we are going to the Prosper Home Depot in Prosper, Texas. This was actually the Home Depot that was super stocked with some amazing Alocasias. So you won't believe what I find today at this Home Depot. It's been a while, and I actually think that this Home Depot is one of the best Home Depots in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we're gonna approach here, and this was actually filmed Super Bowl night, and it was raining out here in Prosper, Texas. So welcome to Prosper, Texas Home Depot. Really like this place. This is one of the newer Home Depots, and the last time they had a big row of plants here. So we're gonna walk around this corner to see if they have it. Unfortunately, they don't, but that doesn't mean they don't have a bunch of new plants. I know that a lot of these big box stores have been getting restocked, so we're gonna check it out. And for my plant foldies, if you are new to this channel, my plant foldies are my viewers and subscribers. I did want to say thank you guys for tuning in as always. We're getting a lot more subscribers as of late, and it looks like we do have a plant restock right here. This one is an Anthurium plus Phalaenopsis orchid combination. I love the red blooms and then also the white blooms combination for Valentine's Day. And we have a bunch of Nature's Way ceramic planters for these ZZ plants right here. These are all $8.98. Really like these ZZ plants. I ended up getting 2 Raven ZZs not too long ago, but as you can see, this Home Depot actually has their plants merchandised very well. I really like the organization. They've done such a great job here, and I haven't seen this at a Home Depot. They've had some Calathea ornatas actually by Nature's Way. These ones are for $8.98 as well. So Calatheas, if you aren't familiar with them, they are a little bit more finicky of a plant. They do require a little bit more humidity, and the watering that you do for them, they actually do not like tap water. If you're able to give them rainwater or even like bottled purified water, that's probably best, just because then their leaves won't really crisp up or brown. But these are some beautiful Calatheas. I love me some Calathea ornatas just because of the stripes that it has. So classic Calathea, you often see that back, in a lot of people's collections, and I'm glad to see that at this Home Depot. And right over here, we have another ZZ plant combination. This one is a little bit larger ZZ plant with an Epipremnum aria Marble Queen Pothos. Really like that as well. Really good combination. I believe these plants are for $21.98. Not a bad price for low light tolerant house plants. So you can grow these in lower light conditions. They won't thrive, but they also won't die. They just will pretty much slow in growth. And if it's a Marble Queen Pothos, there is a chance of it reverting back to green. That's the only drawback about having a Marble Queen Pothos. You can see that this one's already started to revert back to green. Nonetheless, there's nothing wrong with green plants. It's just that if you're looking for that variegation. And right over here, we have a Thamatophyllum plant. This is a beautiful Thamatophyllum, and again, every time I see Thamatophyllums at any big box stores, it looks like the leaves are like covered in dust, but it's actually hard water. For some reason, Thamatophyllums are just a little bit more susceptible to hard water, so that's what you're seeing on the leaves. Just a little bit of cleaning and leaf shine will actually make that look great. And right over here, we've got an Aglaonema Silver Bay. Love Aglaonemas. If you are a viewer at my channel, you already know I love me some Aglaonemas. And then right over here, we have some Sansevieria or snake plants with a combination of neon pothos. But let's take a look at this Aglaonema Silver Bay. I have one. I ended up buying one actually at Home Depot for the smaller variety for $14.98, but this one is the larger one. These are for $29.98. But as you can see, beautiful looking foliage. It has some new growth already unfurling, and I just really like this. People will say this is a common, house plant. It is, but it is an easy care house plant. The only thing with Aglaonema, especially with Silver Bay, is don't water it too often. Just wait till it's bone dry, then give it a good soak. Give it some bright indirect light, and it will not get leggy, and it will just keep producing more baby shoots. And I did want to show you guys this. These are some Calathea Macaulana. Look at how beautiful and perfect the leaves are. And we're going to just talk about Calathea Macaulana. It is one of my favorite Calatheas, and this is awesome to see it in such a large size. These are by Nature's Way Nursery, $29.98 for such a large Calathea. Absolutely stunning. I actually bought one of these a while back, and it's actually been staying in my garage. I'm surprised it hasn't browned up or anything, or even curled up. My Calathea Macaulana, which I intend to bring in my house, is just in quarantine, or I just really have neglected it, but it has not died. But look at how beautiful that Calathea is. Now, for my plant foldies that are not in the state of Texas, let me know if you guys have big like Calathea Macaulana available like this in your big box stores. Shout out to my Canadian plant foldies. I've gotten a lot of Canadian viewers. Really appreciate you guys. I really hope that it starts to warm up in your areas and y'all are able to get some of these plants. I know I have a lot of viewers that are regulars on the live premiere chats. Really appreciate it. But this right here is definitely the best pricing for a Calathea Macaulana for $29.98. Look at how lush, full, and healthy this is. You can see that this Calathea is healthy because not only does it not have any browning on the leaves, it's not crisping. You can see some leaves unfurling as well. So that is a sign that the plant is pretty much well established and is happy. But I did want to show you just the details of the leaves. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? It looks so awesome. It looks like peacock feathers. Just really nice looking leaves. This is really one of my favorite Calatheas, and this one is, you know, not the one that has like purple undersides. It literally is translucent, and I do like the look of it. Definitely had to add that to my collection. And right next to it is a Calathea lancifolia, or what you would call a rattlesnake Calathea. These are very common Calatheas. And then right over here, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the Alocasia Regal Shield? I love looking at Alocasia Regal Shields from the bottom up, because when you look at it, look at the veining, the green veining of the leaves, and you can see these Alocasia are actually really happy. You can see that there is new growth, there is a new leaf about to unfurl, and the size of these Alocasia are beautiful. These are all by Nature's Way again. So at this location, specifically this Home Depot at Prosper, Texas, I am more than happy to buy any plant here, just because the majority of the plants are always healthy. I mean, there is a little bit of leaf damage, like some rippage there, but in terms of just how healthy it is, look at how gorgeous the veining of the leaves are. I actually prefer looking at this Alocasia from the bottom and then just looking up, because look at how beautiful the veining is. That green veining is very much pronounced, and it's got some very large leaves. So I love that. The top part is not as interesting. The bottom part is where I'm more interested at looking at this plant. And that's the thing about house plants or indoor plants, my plant foldies. You can really enjoy them from different, you know, stages, or just different views: top view, bottom view, side view. And right over here, we do have some Hoya carnosa. These are just the green ones. These are by Vigoro for $19.98. So there is always a hanging basket fixture with Vigoro hanging basket plants, and you will always see, you know, Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess. Sometimes you might get lucky and see a Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen, but look at how beautiful this is right here for $19.98. We have a Hoya carnosa right over here. I don't know why they've actually marked out the price, but as you can see, look at how beautiful the variegation is. My Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess from Costa Farms that I bought at Walmart is actually doing amazing, hanging above my ceiling, you know, in front of my kitchen window, and it's just doing very well. And I didn't even have to drill holes. I'm using command strips that can hold up to 33 pounds, and it's doing well. And then here's another Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess right over here. Really good variegation, nice price for it. Actually, these hanging baskets of Hoya, I would buy. There were some other Home Depots that they didn't look too great. This one right over here is a Marble Queen Pothos, or an Epipremnum aurea Marble Queen, $19.98. Again, with Marble Queen Pothos specifically, it has great variegation if you give it a lot of bright indirect light. If you don't, this one is actually a pothos plant that will revert to green, and you will see less just less cream variegation. This one actually is really nice. This is a golden pothos, or an Epipremnum aureum golden pothos. Beautiful looking variegation. It's actually one of the best variegated golden pothos I've seen at a Home Depot. Vigoro hanging basket. Look at how highly variegated the leaves are. this is probably the most beginner type plant that I would suggest. And then right over here, I've never seen this before, Syngonium hanging baskets. I believe these are either Syngonium Maria or some type of common Syngonium. Look at the foliage, and this one's for 1998. These Syngonium are super lush. I actually bought one by Urban Jungle hanging basket out in Kroger for $12.99, but this one is for $19.98. It's not bad considering. Look at how lush, full, and thick and healthy these Syngoniums are. Syngoniums are one of my favorite plants. They used to be my #1 favorite plant. I think they might end up being one of my #1 favorite plants because my Alocasia are just not giving me a lot of new growth versus my Syngoniums that are just constantly shooting new shoots. So that's just, you know, my experience. But look at how beautiful these Syngoniums are. I want to take a little bit of time to show you the different hanging baskets of these Syngoniums. Now, I'd ask you guys watching this video, would you buy the Syngonium hanging basket for $19.98? If you do grow Syngoniums, what are your favorite Syngoniums in your collection? I would say my favorite Syngonium at the moment would be a Syngonium tricolor red spot. Very beautiful. I actually believe that I have one of the most beautiful tricolor red spot Syngoniums in the world. You will have to see it when I feature it on my houseplant tour, which is about to happen soon. I'm still working on a couple of styling for my home, getting some things together, but we will definitely have that video up. I'll have that video up for y'all. I know you guys have been asking for it, but as you can see, look at how beautiful this Syngonium is. Not really sure what this Syngonium is. It's got a little bit more green to it versus that like brown gray color. So that's the thing about Syngoniums. There are a lot of varieties. I do like the leaves, how large they've gotten, and they have a rounder leaf. So I would say it's some type of illusion, type of Syngonium. There's a lot of them, but this one specifically is one that I definitely fancy and really like. There's just a bunch of these hanging baskets. Oh, I don't want to like mess up that leaf. So I'm just going to leave it on the floor right there. But again, these Vigoro hanging baskets, this is the only Home Depot I've seen with full lush hanging baskets. So if you are in the North Dallas, Fort Worth area, definitely make a trip to Prosper Home Depot. It is right off of 380. You can just take the Dallas North Tollway to get here because you will see all of these healthy plants. And right over here, we have another Golden Pothos hanging basket for $19.98. Another Marble Queen Pothos right over here. I wish they actually had some neon Pothos. I haven't really seen any hanging baskets of neon Pothos, but these Marble Queen ones are really beautiful. And then these Scindapsus exotica hanging baskets are really nice. They're starting to trail. The thing about Scindapsus exoticas they are a little slower growing as compared to the Epipremnum aureum or the Pothos. You know, some we'll call Scindapsus a silver pothos. They are not in the same genus. Scindapsus is a totally different genus versus an Epipremnum. So I did want to just point that out. Sometimes these are called pothos, but they are not. I do love the silver velvety texture of the leaves. They're awesome. There is a little bit of leaf damage and browning, but nonetheless, I do love how large the leaves get. And what else do we have here? We have some more beautiful Syngoniums. This is a Syngonium Maria. Syngonium Maria is basically, you know, that chocolate looking brown Syngonium. These Syngoniums will look absolutely stunning if you put some leaf shine. And when you pan out here, look at how beautiful those Alocasia regal shields are. And we just got to this plant nursery, not this plant tour, this big box plant shopping video is what I meant, of just this Home Depot. I've already gotten some really nice looking plants. I would say, you know, the Scindapsus have a little opportunity, but in terms of like the Hoya, look at this beautiful, this is probably the most variegated Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess I've seen at a Home Depot. It's nice and healthy, nice and full. I would definitely buy this hanging basket actually if I already didn't have a hanging basket full of Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess, just because all of the leaves are highly variegated. There is a little bit of pink and red, so that looks like it's, you know, gotten some type of sun stress, and that's what I really love about Hoyas. The more light you give it, the more sun stressing you can give it as well. And I'm going to pan over here. There's a couple of succulents. So, you know, I've been trying to feature more succulents in my plant shopping videos. Here are a bunch of grafted cactus or cacti. These are by Smart Plant. You know, that's basically the ones that provide a lot of the succulent type plants. And then we have another cool looking cacti / succulent right over here. I did want to show you this really cool variegated agave. I love that. Very nice. You know, I love variegated plants. I would just say most people also like variegated plants, but I even like this variegation where it's subtle and it's just green on green variegation. But I'm just going to pan over here, and then we have another succulent arrangement, and look at the price, $10.98 for such a variety of different type of succulents. It looks like they have a Kalanchoe right over there, that, you know, that gray one, Kalanchoe. So Kalanchoe are the ones that you would see, and there's another Kalanchoe over there. And those Kalanchoe we see at grocery stores with all the flowers, I didn't realize it was actually the same type of Kalanchoe you see over there. It's a succulent, but we do see some Christmas cactus right over here. These are for $6.48, so they won't really be blooming until Christmas time, but nonetheless, that's really nice looking. The best time to buy Christmas cactus is obviously Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas. Most big box stores will, you know, sell them for 50% off, but so far their actual, you know, setup of these larger these larger Nature's Way plants, absolutely beautiful. And then look at how beautiful the Calathea Macaulana is right over here. If I didn't really have one already, I would totally buy a plant here. I'm not going to limit myself on not buying a plant today, just because I've already seen such cool looking plants. And the last time I was here, I was just blown away by the amount of proven winter plants they have. So like Lowe's typically has Costa Farms trending tropical plants, Costa Farms plants. Well, Home Depot really has a bunch of proven winter plants, which also provides, you know, uncommon or rare type philodendron and aroids. And I do like this. I have never seen a Tomathophyllum with some new leaf unfurling. So that's really cool. I did see some variegated Tomathophyllum and they were absolutely stunning. Like, I couldn't get over it. And I did want to point out here, so not only did I see Calathea ornata in a ceramic planter by Nature's Way, look at these Syngonium Marias for $8.98. Look at how many Syngoniums are right here. It's super thick and lush. And look at how gorgeous this is. I love the dark foliage leaves. Again, I'm all about the black plants, the dark foliage plants. I think they're absolutely stunning. And I just am a huge fan of it. So plant foldies, anybody watching the video at the moment, please leave your comments. Let me know what plants you like so far. And would you pick up this Anthurium with the, you know, white Phalaenopsis orchids? Really nice looking, you know, flowering plants. And I have been on this, you know, kick on just buying indoor flowering plants. I've gotten my first one, and it is a beautiful variegated green on green African violet. So, you know, I'll definitely check that out. I actually got it at Archie's Garden Land. It's another plant nursery tour I did in Fort Worth, Texas. And that's, again, as much as I'd like to show you guys big box videos, please make sure you check out my local plant nursery videos for Dallas. There's a bunch of them on the channel. And we're going to go ahead and walk into like the indoor greenhouse type setup that this Home Depot has. So it's not necessarily outdoors. They have another section where it's enclosed, and we have a bunch of these large sansevierias or snake plants right over here. I find that sansevierias are a little bit more difficult than most people think. They think it's an easy care plant, and it can be, but it's not as easy as you think. And then right over here we have a bunch of Majesty palms. Again, Majesty palms, large, beautiful plant that you will see at a grocery store, a big box store. Heck, you might even see it at a gas station or convenience store. They are super common, but nonetheless, they're beautiful. Just not my cup of tea just because of the size of the plant. So we're just going to walk around here and see all of the larger plants. And right over here, we have some mature or, you know, semi-mature Monstera deliciosas. It's got some secondary fenestrations. Really like that. And these ones are actually not bad at all. The leaves are not really damaged. And I'm going to pull this aside a little bit and see how much it costs right here. This is for $29.98. They call this a split leaf philodendron. It is not a philodendron. It is a Monstera. And so just, you know, a little correction. It's just really interesting how big box stores get these plants labeled incorrectly. And then right over here, we have a ton of proven winter plants. It looks like they just got the shipment, so we will just say that they just got restocked, and I really like it. They've got some Monstera adansonii right over here. I really like what they're using in terms of the Monstera adansonii. It's almost as similar to the wide form varieties that Costa Farms uses. Now these are for $19.98, so it's kind of like the equivalent of a trending tropical. And then right over here we have some more Triscanthia. This one is a Triscanthia feeling flirty, so I like those pink plants. And they do have a couple of H2O bowls. These ones right here are golden pothos in an H2O bowl. Look at that. That's a nice looking one with some really established water roots. I definitely want to get a smaller size like that. The one I actually want to get is a urban urchin Dracaena. If I can find that, I would definitely buy it. These bowls are in the $14 range. The larger venti one is $30, but this one is a philodendron Birkin, and you already know philodendron Birkins are probably one of the most common philodendrons with such beautiful electrifying variegation. You can find them pretty much everywhere, and just like the philodendron pink princess, philodendron Birkin now are so common that you have to be more selective about what variegation. They don't all come in highly variegated, so you can be a little bit more selective with that if you're into variegated plants. And then I'm just going to pan over here. This one is actually another Monstera Adansonia that's starting to trail. You can see you can cut some of these nodes and get a couple of cuttings and propagate it. But look at how beautiful this is. Super healthy as well. I'm glad I finally got a legitimate Monstera Adansonii. It's in a self-watering planter by Costa Farms, Trending Tropicals, but I'm gonna just pan away and show you that, and we're going to go into the details about all of those plants in just a moment. I do want to just address some of the more easy to care for common house plants before we really delve into the beautiful proven winners plants that are a little bit more uncommon. All I'm going to say is there are some really cool Alocasia available at this location. So obviously we're going to look at these plants around the corner, and we have a ton, and I haven't seen this in a while, a ton of blooming Spathiphyllum or peace lilies. Look at how gorgeous that is. And then over here on the left side, we've got some Phalaenopsis orchids. We got some blooming Anthurium. We've got some bromeliads right over here. And then right over here, we've got some proven winners, Alocasias, different varieties. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And we have a Monstera deliciosa. We have some more Calathea and Thananthe plants. I really like that. I actually like proven winners, Calatheas and Thananthes. And we have some more philodendrons, and then more Stromanthe, and then we have some more Triscanthia and Phalaenopsis orchids. So as you can see, this place is super full, and I am just very excited for when summer really comes around, what kind of restocks and plants we will see in the market. And then right over here, we have some more proven winners in a 3.5-inch planter. And then we have a sea of Epipremnum aureum neon pothos. Really like the look of neon pothos, and look at how it just lights up a whole space. And then we have some more Monstera Adansonii right over here, the narrow form. And we just have a ton of plants. Like there's just, I don't even know where to begin. All I know is it's absolutely gorgeous, and I hope you guys are enjoying this plant shopping video tour that I am doing for y'all. And that's the thing, I just love doing these daily videos. It's part of my routine. Right over here, we're just going to look at some of the details. This one is a oyster plant, and these are for $5.98. So these proven winner ones are kind of like what you would call exotic angel plants by Costa Farms, but this is proven winners edition. Sometimes I call this the Moses cradle of Moses plant. I actually was thinking about getting this plant. What I heard is it does get very leggy, so I'm not 100% sure if I really want to take that extra time to like really take care of that. And then this one right here is some type of succulent, I believe. I'm just gonna pan over and show you guys the plant ID. It's some Sensio something. These are for $5.98 as well. Proven Winners does have some really cool looking plants, some unique plants that Costa Farms doesn't really always release. And right over here we have some Vigoro plants. These ones are for $7.98. These are some Sansevieria. So with Sansevieria, they basically, you know, if you don't have to really water them, they're actually less prone, like they will actually get root rot if you water them too much. But if you don't water them at all, they will also get dry rot where it's not good as well. And then right over here we have for $7.98 another ZZ plant. Now if you're gonna get a ZZ plant, you might as well pay $8.98 and get the Nature's Way planter, the ceramic planter, versus just that plastic pot. And then we have some money, Chinese money plants. These ones are really cool. This is actually considered a friendship plant. And see, I'm noticing at this location though, they have overwatered the plants. And the thing about it is that's scary, considering if that water stays there, there's definitely going to be some root rot because of the saucers that the plants are in. Like there's just too much water, and you can see that it's coming around. This one is a Hoya canosa Crimson Princess. Really beautiful variegation. Look at that. Very nice. And I love it for $14.98. So if you want some Hoyas, definitely go to Home Depot. They've got a lot of Hoyas, Hoya carnosas for sure. And like right over here is just a green variety. I love me some Hoyas, and this Hoya is probably not going to love all that water again. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and the live premiere chat. If what do you think these plants will look like in like 2 weeks if they just keep having all that water? Like I don't understand why they didn't think about, you know, overwatering or even just letting them drain. Right over here we do have a Calathea lancifolia in a ceramic planter. This one, that's the price right there. And look at all that water. I'm just gonna start draining water. That's my my way of saving the plant. So whenever you go big box plant shopping, sometimes they're underwatered. So I'll have like a water bottle and water some plants. But these, in this case, like look at how beautiful this Calathea lancifolia is. I definitely don't want to see this like die because it's overwatered. Although I will say Calatheas can be more on the wetter side. They actually prefer that versus being completely dry, because then they'll get super dramatic and then they'll just let their leaves fall over and then they're just not happy. So, you know, in some cases, overwatering or having the soil be with a lot of water is not always a bad thing. And then right over here, we have some Dracaena marginatas for $14.98. I don't know if they have a lot of water. Yep, there is some water. I'm just going to dump some of these water. So as you guys are following me on the shopping video, you will see me just dump out the water. And then we have some peace lilies here. We've got some smaller Aglaonema silver bays for $14.98. This is actually the one I actually bought, and I put it in a larger planter, and it's starting to really take off for me. So Aglaonema silver bay, guys, gotta love it. It can tolerate lower light conditions. You don't have to water it as much, and it's just a gorgeous looking plant, especially if you like silver foliage. This is some type of philodendron. I don't know if it's a philodendron moonlight, but it's gone through some some stress. And then right over here we've got some more Aglaonema silver bay. I do like this because look, you can see that the leaves are unfurling, so this is a healthy looking plant. If I didn't have another Aglaonema silver bay, I would definitely buy that one at this location. For the most part, all of these plants are very healthy. So just a couple of tips: whenever you're shopping for a house plant like this Epipremnum aureum neon pothos, you want to look at all the other plants, not just the specific plant you're buying. Check the soil, check underneath the leaves, check just all of the health around the plants, because a healthy nursery means there's less pests crawling around. And right now, all of these plants, I'm pretty confident, like I would even buy this Monstera adansonii. I'm not a fan of the narrow form, but just to put it out there, these are all healthy looking plants. Whenever you're selecting a plant, you want to look for a plant that definitely has, healthy looking leaves, not really soaking in water. And the most important one for me is just to see if there's actually some new growth, because if you have new growth or leaves unfurling, that's when you know the plant is actually established. And look at over this. This is a pretty established spathiphyllum or peace lily, just because it is blooming. Some people say the actual middle part of that flower, or that actual flower, you can eat. I wouldn't try it, so don't take it from me and say, hey, Grow Folds Richie said that you can eat spathiphyllum flowers. I've just been told and heard that some people actually use that to cook in the Central America's place. So let me know if that is a thing or if that's just like a myth or something. But nonetheless, beautiful looking peace lilies, gotta love it. And then actually this Dracaena right over here, I'm not 100% sure what kind of Dracaena this is, but what I like about this Dracaena is obviously the green on green variegation. But for $14.98, you're getting a really nice large plant that can tolerate lower light conditions. When you think of Dracaena though, or what people say is Dracaenas are more like hospital plants, office plants, business plants, corporate plants. But you know what? They can also be part of your house collection, just because they have beautiful variegation. And who doesn't want a plant that's easy care? You don't have to water it as often, and it can tolerate lower light conditions, and it can get large. But I did want to show you how beautiful these spathiphyllum or peace lily blooms are. Look at that. It is absolutely stunning. And, you know, that's another plant that I want to add to my collection, because the thing about Spathiphyllum or peace lily is they will let you know when they're thirsty. They will literally droop over and all of the leaves will look like it's about to die. But water it, and in a couple hours later it will come back. These are some pretty leggy Diphymbachias. And right over here we have some Ficus elastica burgundy. I love the dark foliage of this Ficus elastica burgundy, and the new growth has that maroon red shoot to it. I really like that as well. Nice real contrast. And that's another beautiful rubber tree plant. These are for, I think, $29.98, but if you clean up the leaves, get it some leaf shine, this is going to be a very nice statement piece plant. So plant foldies and my viewers, what do you guys think so far of some of the plants? Would you buy a bunch of these? You can see my shadow right over there again. This one is actually it's not a blue star fern. This is actually a black rabbit's foot fern. You can see that there is those roots are a little bit furry and it looks like black, you know, apparently a rabbit's foot. Really nice, delicate leaves. And then right over here, I haven't seen this at all. And it's great that, you know, this Home Depot in Vigoro is actually, you know, releasing plants, Syngoniums like this. Look at how beautiful this Syngonium is for $14.98. It's lush and full. It's not leggy. It's really thick. You got a lot of Syngoniums, and with Syngonium, they're vigorous growers. They prefer to actually go up a pole. You'll get larger leaves, but this one has so many cuttings, and look at how beautiful this one is right here. Just even this, the very subtle green variegation on the leaves are amazing. Just really like that. And I just like looking at all of the green plants, you know, looking at plants in general. I feel like it's very relaxing. And even when we meet up on the live premiere chats, if you get there early enough, we can actually chat before the premiere and ask questions. But it's just really nice to share my passion for plants and to really connect a lot of individuals about it. And that's the thing about being a plant foldie. You definitely want to be part of the my plant community. It's very fun, very positive. We get to share plant tips, so feel free to ask me questions in the comments about any of the plants you see. I will answer them as best as I can. But right now we're going to go ahead and do a little commercial break, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a origami paper crane. So for those that are new to the channel, I actually feature how to make an origami paper crane. This channel actually originally started as an ASMR origami channel where I basically folded origami paper cranes. So you can, you know, listen to the origami paper crinkles. Very relaxing. Origami is a Japanese form of folding paper into a work of art. And this one is one of my favorite models. It's making a origami paper crane. In Japan, they call them suru. And if you make 1,000 paper cranes, you're able to make, you know, to actually get a wish. So this is just a little fast, quick tutorial on how to make an origami paper crane. If you scroll down to my older videos on this channel, I literally have hundreds of origami paper crane how-to tutorials. They are super slow-mo, so you can learn how to make it. I have been folding paper cranes for about 7 years. My goal is to fold 1 million paper cranes. So if you guys are in the live chat or in the comments, let me know if you think I'll be able to get that done. I literally fold origami paper cranes every single day. I do have a busy schedule, a very demanding work schedule. And then on top of that, now that I'm also doing plant videos, but I still make time to fold paper cranes. I actually fold quite a bit of them and can really make a paper crane in under a minute, so I can produce a lot of them. I might be doing a origami paper crane giveaway to some of our plant foldies, so hopefully you guys like these little inserts of origami. I will do some other origami models, but for now I'm comfortable just showing you how to make an origami paper crane, and hope all you plant foldies will learn how to make one. Back to the plant big box plant shopping tour, and as you guys can see, there are now some of these proven winners plants. I actually find this philodendron right over here really nice. This is for $19.98. This is a philodendron green princess. It's definitely a green princess. It almost reminds me of an Aglaonema, like white margin, just because look at how green the foliage is right here. I don't mind that at all, and I do think that it needs to be in like a very basic, you know, modern planter. But this is actually a beautiful release by Proven Winners. I really do like the Philodendron Green Princess. This is a plant or a philodendron I may add into my collection just because I am a fan of green plants as well. I mean, that's what most of us really know, until recently where everybody's all about the variegated plants. And then I do like this right here, this Tradescanthia right here, feeling flirty. You know, some people say this is a Tradescanthia Nanook. It does have the purple undersides like a Nanook, but the leaves are a lot smaller. And you can see there's a lot of you know, stems that you can cut and propagate. These root very easily. Like you can literally pinch these back, and that's what you really need to do with Tradescanthias, because they can get a little bit leggy, is make sure you're pinching them back, and once you do, you'll get some more growth points and it becomes even more bushy. You can see that there was already some new growth on this one, and I really like it. This is for $19.98. Absolutely beautiful looking plant. I mean, there's just an abundance of it. And then we have abundance of like Monstera adansonii. And I do like this planter. So I don't like the woven baskets, but check this out. This is one of the plant finds I was telling you about. Can you guess what it is without looking at the plant ID? This is an Alocasia Sting Ray, guys. This is for $29.98, and I haven't seen these in big box stores in a while. I remember seeing another YouTuber feature an Alocasia Sting Ray, so I'm very glad to see that. I am definitely going to buy one today. There's no ifs, buts, whats. I'm going to get me an Alocasia Sting Ray just because how beautiful it is. I like that the stems have some type of color interest, but look at how beautiful the actual leaves are. They actually remind me more so of like a butterfly for some odd reason, and I definitely want to get one in this type of planter versus the woven basket look. And then you can see right over here, I'm trying to get this out, there's another Alocasia Sting Ray. So I'm just gonna definitely have to be selective of which one. This one has some leaf damage, so unfortunately that one's not gonna go home with me, but I'm so happy to be able to find an Alocasia Sting Ray. And look at how beautiful those Ficus Umbellatas are right over there. I mean, what I like about the Ficus Umbellata is it does have some translucent leaves, but we're gonna go peel away just a little bit and look at some more of these larger foliage plants. So obviously we've got this Dieffenbachia right here. If anybody knows the plant ID for the one with like the polka dots for that Dieffenbachia, please let me know. And then we passed by a bunch of Bird of Paradise. Those are very common to find in a big box store. And look at how beautiful these Dracaena marginata are. This one actually has more of that green variegation on this one, and they're really nice. If you like that foliage, it reminds me of like palm trees, and these are the braided forms. These are only for $24.98, so those are super cost effective for already a large plant if you need to fill up a space. But let me show you these. Now these Alocasia, I'm not 100% sure what this Alocasia is. I do not think this is obviously an Alocasia Regal Shields. What I love about this plant is the purple stems and then just that gunmetal metallic sheen. And this is only for $59.98. Really large Alocasia. I would love to be able to grow like my variegated Alocasia to this size. That would be amazing. And then we have another leggy looking Dieffenbachia. So this is a result of a Dieffenbachia and how it can get leggy when you don't give it bright indirect light. They just get leggy like that. So that's unfortunate, but look at how beautiful this Alocasia is. If somebody can leave in the comments what the plant ID is, I would love to know. I really should know because I've seen this Alocasia at a big box store at Home Depot often. And then we're going to pass by a bunch of Majesty Palms again. And then we are going to just take a look at some of these Monsteras again and then start looking at those proven winners plants. Like this is another Alocasia Sting Ray. Look at how beautiful that is. Trader Joe's supposedly carries Alocasia Sting Rays sometimes, so we will see. I haven't been to Trader Joe's in a while, so I'm going to be trying to take a look at what plants they have available. And then look at this right here, beautiful Monstera deliciosa. I will say Proven Winners probably has the best looking Monstera deliciosas out there, just because their leaves are always super healthy, and you can see that there's already a new leaf unfurling. If I was going to buy Monstera deliciosa, I would definitely buy a Proven Winner one, even though these are for $29.98. You could probably get a larger one, but look at how perfect the leaves are. Just really healthy looking Monstera deliciosa leaves. and I just feel like this plant is just super healthy. And so, you know, kudos to proven winners for providing us with some beautiful deliciosas, Monstera deliciosas. And look at that leaf that's ready to unfurl. Really love that. And look at that natural shine on the leaves as well. Let me know if you guys actually like the Monstera deliciosa, if you're growing one in your home, or have you just moved on and like looked for a Monstera albo or a Monstera Thai constellation. I honestly like the green form as well. And then right over here, we have a Ficus elastica taniki. This one is for $19.98. Really like that. With Ficus elastica taniki, I think it is another one of those plants that it's like a work of art. It looks like brush strokes. It looks like somebody painted the leaves. Beautiful. And what I like about the leaves is on the undersides, there's actually like a faint red veining on it as well. And it just gives it different color interest. Beautiful plant, but nonetheless, this Ficus elastica definitely needs a lot of bright indirect light. Just remember, any ficus plant will need a lot of light. So I actually went outside and got me a cart. So we're actually gonna go legit plant shopping. It's not just me talking about plants now. Now that I found an Alocasia Sting Ray, I'm gonna definitely look at plants, but I did wanna show you my aesthetic. So when it comes down to planters, these are the kind of planters I like. I like more simple, modern looking ones. This one is for $4.98. It doesn't have a drainage hole. So what you would need to do is just put a plant in like one of its like nursery planters and just stick it in there. But look at this one right here. Really love that. I did find one of these type of planters by Threshold, which is a Target brand, for a little bit more, you know, it's cheaper, but you can see these are kind of the planters I would put in my collection, the ones that are just very simple, very much neutral colors. I love white planters. I love gray planters. So just a little tidbit about my aesthetic, and then we're gonna go ahead and pan over here. Can you guys believe how many plants they have available at this Home Depot location? This is insane. It's super full every time. This is only the second time I've gone here, and they don't have any plants that are dying. Like, all their plants are doing well. I feel like their plants are overwatered, but nonetheless, they are doing well. And this particular Home Depot has gotten some nice looking plants. Like, look at this Scanthia, Feeling Flirty by Proven Winners. This is for $19.98. I actually have a smaller one that I bought, and it is doing very well. And then look at this right over here. This is a Calathea Louise or something like that, but this is also for $19.98. Really interesting looking Calathea. I love the green on green variegation in the patterns. Very subtle, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful Calathea. I definitely like that. I think my most least favorite Calathea would be a Calathea mosaica. There's just not enough leaf interest for me to grow them. And look at these beautiful Stromanthe. Whoa, hold on a sec. Look at all that water right over here. This is a Stromanthe Trio Star. There's just a lot of water. Let me go ahead and drain this out, because I mean, that's just too much water, and I don't think it's gonna, I think it's gonna root rot this beautiful plant. Like, I'm either hoping somebody buys it and rescues it, because even though these plants look healthy, from what I've seen, there's just a lot of overwatering, and we definitely need to make sure to just drain that water. So that's what I've been doing, is just looking at these plants. And then this is another type of Stromanthe right here. So we've got the Trio Star, and then we have this green form right here. This one is for $19.98, but look at how beautiful the undersides are. Look at that purple underside. Beautiful. And it's actually starting to grow some new growth, and another leaf is about to unfurl. So it's a healthy looking plant nonetheless. There's just a lot of water in these plants. This one right over here is a Calathea medallion. I love the Calathea medallion just because, again, it has the, like, it looks like feathers, but the middle part, or this, like the vein in the middle part of the leaf has that red. It's beautiful. And this is also for $19.98. So for anybody who's new to houseplants, as beautiful as these plants that I've shown you so far, all of these plants that you've seen so far in this collection are a little bit more finicky. They're not beginner plants. Now you can grow this one. This is a Philodendron Birkin. It's not really variegated. I've seen some more that were super variegated to the point where the leaves were turning white. This is an easy care plant, bright and direct light, and just water when the soil is dry. Love, 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 love this beautiful philodendron lemon lime. Now this one actually, it will do better crawling up a pole, and yeah, there's just a crap ton of water in all of these plants. Like I would totally buy this, but I'm just not sure about the health of these plants at this point, how long they've been sitting in water. I would hate for the roots to have like already root rot, because you can see there's already browning on the leaves, so that's kind of unfortunate. But if you see my Plant Keeper Incorporated nursery tour, you will see the full potential of a lemon lime philodendron, because it actually grew on a totem. They get very large and they're just absolutely beautiful. Like I want to go ahead and get all of the neon yellow plants. I have a philodendron golden violin, a philodendron golden crocodile. I want this philodendron. There's just a neon pothos. I got a philodendron heteroraceum, lemon lime cordatum, all of that. And this right over here is a Ficus elastica as well, just a green form. This one is called the Chloe by Proven Winners for 1998. And you can see there is a different size. That one over there is more compact. This one is actually getting a little bit larger. And then this is some type of fern that we have. This one is actually dehydrated. I'm surprised considering everything else has been overwatered. I'll show you the actual plant ID of that. But this one is also for $29.98. I definitely wouldn't buy this. I would choose to buy these plants right here. So we have another type of Calathea prayer type plant. Beautiful. Look at that right there. Absolutely stunning. And what I like about it is, what is this? The Calathea setosa. Very nice looking Calathea indeed. And I do like the green on green variegation. The undersides are not purple, but look at how much water just came out of that. I just had to drain it. So if you guys think I'm silly for doing that, I just really love plants and would hate for them to die because of overwatering, underwatering. And you can see there's some more water that just came out of this one. This is my favorite Thenanthe plant. This is called the Thenanthe Gray Star. Truthfully, I could buy this one. I've talked about buying these because a lot of the other Home Depots I've went to, their Thenanthe Gray Stars have started to really decline in health. And this one right over here is actually beautiful. I really like that. And the sad part is Home Depot doesn't really clearance out their plants like Lowe's. So a lot of these plants end up just going in the trash, and that's really unfortunate. Right over here, we have a philodendron Florida green. Really love this as well. I have one that I bought from Home Depot in McKinney, and this one is absolutely stunning as well. Really love the plant. Has a very good look about it, and it's for $29.98. Now this plant definitely will get its full potential and growth if you let it grow up a moss pole, a totem pole, some kind of attachment where it can grow up vertically. The leaves will start to really mature and get large, and it's just really exciting to see that. I just went ahead and pulled another philodendron Florida green. If I didn't have one already, I would definitely buy it at this location. These are both very healthy looking ones. And then I did want to show you this. Between the two, I prefer this. This is a Philodendron Mayoi, and then these are the Philodendron Florida greens. Really like it. These are all for $29.98. Now that's what I'm talking about. Proven Winners has some unique, uncommon plants they've released that Costa Farms hasn't really mass produced or hasn't released. So, there's different sources. So what you want to do is, if you're going big box store plant shopping, you definitely want to look at all your options. Like, look at how beautiful this Philodendron Mayoi is, and you can see as it matures, it starts to change its leaves, it starts to fenestrate more. This one is for $29.98. I have one that I'm going to replant in a very nice modern looking planter and eventually put up on like a pole to see how much it goes. This is an easy to care for plant as well. It almost has the same kind of care tips as a Monstera deliciosa, and look at how all of the leaves change. The more juvenile leaves are less fenestrated, and then as it gets larger and more mature, the leaves start to really fenestrate. So I really like that. Beautiful looking plant. I have one that's actually super juvenile as well, and these are the Alocasia that I love. Look at this one right here. This Alocasia is beautiful. It has a corm that babies that are growing, and I really like this. This is the Longibia, however you pronounce it. This Alocasia is definitely nice. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the bottom of this Alocasia, but look at how beautiful and narrow the leaves are. It almost reminds me of like a Philodendron Mayoi, just the leaves, what it looks like. And I do love the very like pronounced veining of this Alocasia. Yeah, this one is going to be definitely another Alocasia I'm going to take home today, just because I have been on an Alocasia collection, and all of my Alocasias are doing very well, even my variegated one, which I have not shown on video yet, but this one is for $29.98. Definitely good looking Alocasia. I don't mind paying for the full price just because it is a beautiful looking plant. I'm gonna go and check out and see what other Alocasias. This is the Longiloba, Alocasia Longiloba. So it's just a matter of finding one that doesn't have damage. So this one actually has a little hole on one of the leaves. So when I'm gonna be looking for Alocasia, is two things I'm gonna be looking for. Number one, pests. So if it's got some yellowing, possible spider mites, because all Alocasia are susceptible to spider mites. Number two, a very thick, or a more thick undergrowth. And then number three, if they have some bonus baby Alocasia, that means they've got a couple of corms already growing. This one is another Alocasia right over here. I do like this one because of the leaf shape. Look at how beautiful the leaves are. And then even the stems have some unique purple on it, but just the leaves are very narrow, and then the pronounced purple veining, and then the undersides of the leaves are gorgeous as well. This is an Alocasia that would do very well with some really nice leaf shine, just because it lends itself to more of a metallic type look. Let me know in the comments, plant foldies and my viewers that have tuned into this video, if you would buy this type of Alocasia, because these Alocasias are looking very beautiful. And then we have another Monstera deliciosa right over here. Gotta love your Monstera deliciosas. I mean, it's one of those plants that you definitely can't miss. It is a classic house plant. It is a plant that was very much popular a couple years back. I think it's in pretty much everybody's plant collection. And right over here, we're going to look at some flowering plants. These are anthuriums in bloom, and look at how beautiful the red foliage, the red blooms are. And then we have a bunch of Phalaenopsis orchids. You can't miss that when you go to a big box store. But we are going to go venture over here and just take a look at some of these plants. I did find this. This is another Calathea setosa. Look at that. I love the texture of the leaves. So the thing I'm actually debating about, like in my guest bedroom is where I have all of my Alocasias. I have like a humidifier. I'm thinking I'm going to grow some of my Calatheas in an area where I can get some more bright and direct light. Like this is my first time seeing this Alocasia. What I like about this Alocasia though is it is just green. There's no purple underside. And then this one right here is a soft kitty Calathea. That's what it's called, soft kitty Calathea. Look at how beautiful it is. Not a purple underside, but I can appreciate just the green foliage. Like I don't know if you guys are about just seeing green plants just be green, but this one is also for $19.98. So plant foldies, let me know what you think so far about these Calathea that Proven Winners has released. Have you guys seen these plants in your locations at Home Depots? Let me know in the comments. I always love hearing what plant finds you guys have, and like this is another cool plant file. I have not seen this in a Leaf Joy H2O bowl. This is a Wave Star Calathea, and I really like it. Look at the undersides of the leaves. That's what I'm talking about. It's got purple versus the other one, the soft kitty Calathea, where it was just green. Nonetheless, beautiful plant. I love the leaf bowl hydroponic plants, right, that they have, that Proven Winners has given us, for us to be able to purchase. So I don't know. There's just so many plants at this Home Depot, guys. I hope you guys don't get tired of watching these videos. I just like taking you along with me and then just chatting about plants. Look at these Alocasias. They are stunning. I mean, they just got me. Like, this is why I am going broke. Every time I do a plant video, I have to tell myself I really don't need to buy plants, but I end up buying plants. And I don't know if you guys are in the same boat as me, where it's like you are on a no plant buy. Then you put yourself in a position where you're looking at beautiful plants like this right here, and then you're like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and get me this plant because it's gonna bring me some joy. I am trying to catch up and trying to like tend to my plants. I know that I've gotten to the point where I've gone overboard, but I am gonna get some time off for a couple of days where I can just really take time to take care of my plants. I did ask for some time off from work, so we will see. But nonetheless, I'm looking forward to filming a bunch of local plant nurseries tomorrow. Tuesdays are my days off, and that's when I get a lot of my content for y'all. And, you know, let me know in the comments what other plants you want to see. I will look for them and try to get them on film. But, you know, nonetheless, I just love showing you guys these plants, what plants I like this one right here is a beautiful Calathea. This is a Leopardina. Calathea leopardina, and you can see that it's a little bit more brighter in green color, and it doesn't have any purple undersides. This one is having some browning, and then I had to just get rid of a lot of water on this plant. So a lot of these plants actually have a lot of water sitting, so that is a bit of a concern. At least they're watering the plants, but I think, you know, they've gone overboard considering these plants, that these planters they have them in right now don't have drainage holes, because they're actually sitting in a planter, planter. So that means the actual plant is actually sitting in another planter where there's no drainage holes. Like, look at this right here. You definitely don't want to keep a Ficus elastica or rubber tree plant that wet. That's a lot of water. I'm just going to drain this out for you guys, just to save the plant. Somebody better buy this plant, because this is a beautiful plant. This is a Ficus elastica ruby. Now with the ruby, you definitely have to give it a little bit more bright and direct light for it to retain its like reddish maroon color. And then obviously these beautiful philodendron lemon limes. Love me some yellow plants. And then you can see this Monstera adansonii already is starting to trail. You can cut that and propagate it in water. And I talked about neon pothos hanging baskets. There's some right over there. Those are by Vigoro for $19.98. And then we have this Syngonium here that is not in a hanging basket anymore. But look at how thick it is. And this is also for $19.98. So not a bad looking Syngonium. If I didn't have one already, I would buy that one. And then we have some golden pothos right here. This one actually looks more like a jade pothos, just because it started to revert to just green. But lots of proven winter plants. And then we're just going to keep panning over here, because I did see a Ficus Umbellata, but we're going to look at some of these Dracaena. So we got some Dracaena Lemon Surprise. We've got a yucca plant. We've got a bunch of Dracaena Rikis right over here. All of these plants we pass by are low light tolerant, so you can grow that in, you know, spaces where it doesn't receive a lot of light in a home. But I did want to show you some more plants. Like right over here, we have those combination planters where we have an Aglaonema red Siam, some type of Dieffenbachia, and another pothos plant. But yes, like I'm just really excited that they actually did a restock, and I'm going to be nosy and show you guys this little piece of paper that shows some of the documentation on what plants were delivered. And then this is what I'm talking about. Look at how beautiful this Ficus Umbellata is. I see a lot of Japanese indoor houseplant enthusiasts actually grow this. The Ficus Umbellata is actually more commonly seen in Asian like households. I really love this. The only thing, again, my only concern is that you have to give it a lot of bright and direct light. And apparently a Ficus Umbellata is a little bit more Spider-Man prone. But hey, if I've been growing like Alocasias and haven't had any issues, then this should be okay. I am definitely gonna buy either this one. Look at how large the leaves are and how perfect they look. But we're gonna just take a look at some of the other options. Like if you were here, would you go ahead and pick up this Ficus Umbellata? I'm gonna go ahead and put this down and just kind of look at my other options. And you can see there's already a new leaf unfurling. What I want to do though is with this Ficus Umbellata is train it. So I'm going to actually like bend the trunk a little bit and make this into a full blown tree. I think that'd be awesome. This is one that I would probably put in my master bedroom, just because my master bedroom has like the west facing window. And then this is probably the Alocasia Longiloba, or however you pronounce it. This is the one I'm gonna get today. Look at all of the leaves that it has, and there is another baby corm, and it's just really thick. I love how large the leaves have already upsized, and there's 2 plants in this planter, so that's probably one I want to add to my basket. We're gonna change out the pot though. They're the same price. I just don't like the woven basket ones. I prefer the plastic, ceramic looking ones. We're going to pass by a bunch of these Monstera adansonii. It's amazing how they have a bunch of them, but I'm going to look at this. This is another Alocasia Sting Ray, so I have to be selective of what Sting Ray I want to get. Beautiful plant. So I'm going to get a total of 3 plants today, 2 Alocasias and a Ficus. Just because, I've had a very busy day and I want to treat myself to a plant. you know, tomorrow I will be, you know, Tuesday I'm gonna have a day off, so I'll be able to like maybe do some plant chores. That's the thing, guys, as much as we love plants, just remember, if you bring plants in, they do require maintenance. You have to like cut off dead leaves, you got to look at the soil, you've got to water them, you've got to style them, you've got to do a lot more than just bring a bunch of plants in. I already feel bad just because if I were to show you my plant collection, it would just be a bunch of clutter just all over the place, and I don't really like that. So I'm getting to the point again where I'm worried that I have so many plants and I might end up getting some type of pest infestation. I did have a little bit of a thrips outbreak, and it actually hit some of my plants. It made me sad. But to get off of that rant, look at this one right here. This is a very healthy looking Alocasia Longiloba, however you pronounce the name. I want to see the options. So there's 1 and 2. Which one would you get? Would you get the one right over here with the new leaves and some baby Alocasia? Or would you go with the one that's in the woven basket one? But they're pretty much about the same. They're both good looking Alocasia, so it's just really a matter of which one I want to get. This one has, you know, smaller growth versus that one, so I think I might end up leaving that one and getting the one that I just put down. And then there's just one more Ficus Umbellata that I wanted to look at, because this one is actually gorgeous as well. I'm going to put that next to the other Ficus and let me know what you guys think in terms of which one I should buy. But this one is another healthy looking one as well. Not as big of a leaf though, that's the only thing, but you can see all of the leaves are perfect. Very nice looking one. It almost reminds me of a weed, but this one is definitely going to go home with me. And then this is the other one that I was looking at. So we're going to double check and see what Ficus Umbellata I would get. Plant foldies, my viewers, let me know what you guys think. Which one would you do? Would you do, which one would you buy? The one on the left or the one on the right? They're almost equal in beauty, so it just has to come down to, I don't know, the very nitpicky things. Like, obviously they're both healthy looking plants, but I ended up deciding to get the one on the left. The left one had just better leaves. They just were a little bit larger. And of course, I really didn't intend to go plant shopping on Super Bowl night. I was really rooting for the 49ers, so I was actually really sad. I'm actually originally from California. I moved to Texas when I was in middle school, but yeah, maybe this, you know, is a consolation. At the time, I didn't know that the 49ers were actually going to lose. But at the end of the day, you know, you go to a big box store and this is what happens. You end up putting plants in your basket. And that's just it. This Home Depot in Prosper, Texas is amazing. Absolutely love it. On a rainy day, I was able to get some plants, and they definitely brought me a lot of joy and happiness, and I'm excited to share my plant growth updates. There's so many content that I want to give you guys, but plant foldies, please make sure you guys smash the like button on this video. It honestly helps me grow my channel and grow our community. It only just it's only a simple task that I ask, and that's for you guys to hit the like button, share, comment, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.